do this now. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power in conjunction with the Yoruba TV radio. This is going to be a broadcast that's going to be in English, but it's going to be streamed. It's being streamed on Yoruba TV radio as well. It's a very important discussion that we're having tonight. Next to me, you will see that I have a blank screen where there's someone behind the screen for purposes of trying to protect identity and the situation. She will tell you a lot about what she's going through herself, and we felt it's something for us to look at. I think one of the things that we should be doing as Oduduwa people is to begin to, within our community, being a Oduduwa person is not just being an Oduduwa person on camera or just oh, okay, I'm here, I'm that kind of thing. We have to do a little bit more than that. We need to be looking out for each other and help. If we're going to go for Yoruba Nation, then we have to start exemplifying that in what we do among ourselves, in our communities, in diaspora. There are so many things that we're hearing about, so many different issues, family breakdowns and all of that stuff, that it is a shame that when a family manages to get themselves in a situation whereby they're seeking help, it doesn't necessarily, the system is not really there to support. That's one of the reasons why we're actually advocating for Yoruba Nation, because in Yoruba Nation, many people who are coming here to seek solace or seek a better life will very much be at home rather than in a in a foreign country trying to get a better life, and then end up facing a lot of the obstacles very much like this lady has faced. So let me, without much further ado, let me just test that you can hear me loud and clear. This is being streamed on on Facebook. There's been some sort of technical issue today that has affected the broadcast on YouTube, but not a problem. We will be sharing this directly after the live broadcast. So let me just try one more thing. I want to just make sure I got something here down. There's a video I wanted to show you, because that way, once I show you that video, then we can now set the scene. They say, like I said, she's been treated, the Yoruba woman is being treated appallingly. I'm sorry about the step spelling on there, by the council. But I'm not going to mention the council. But you'll hear very much her story yourself, and then you can be the judge from that way. But let me just show you before we go in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us for the first time, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, and of course the Yoruba TV radio. This broadcast is going to be likely going to be in it's going to be in English. There will be some Yoruba in between, but this is what I want you to see. This is a place that this lady is staying in, that the council gave, and she'll give us more detail, but I wanted to just show you what is going on so you can hear, and you'll hear her in the background. Listen to this.
I just need to look at everywhere is soaked with water. Water is coming out from the floor. Water is coming out from the floor, and there is water again coming from the wall. Water is coming out from the wall. All our things have water destroyed some of our things.
You see? So this is what is happening. See? So please just be so anyway, I'm going to stop there now. I don't want to mention things. So just so now we're going to stop. In fact, I'll let you hear it anyway.
Them to do this in the UK here. How can somebody live in this kind of house?
There you go.
I'm just telling you for real. Okay, I'm coming.
So
the floor.
You see, so that's what she's going through now. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you our guest for reasons which are obvious to you all. We can't mention her name. So good evening. Are you there? My guest, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. So now I'm gonna pose some questions to you. And I'd like you to just give us some, just be as honest and truthful as you can with the situation. We're only going by what you've told us and the kind of things that we've seen, but just for the benefit of the doubt of benefit of those who are listening, we will ask you questions just to give you for them to have an idea of what the situation is with yourself, and hope what you hope to get from this sort of from having this discussion tonight, this live broadcast, to expose the unfair situation that you're in. Like I said, we're not going to mention any council names. We will avoid talking about a particular council or the other, or your name or anybody's name. But what we want to do is the conditions is what we're focusing on. So hello, why are you here with us today? Tell us that, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I greet you all in the name of Jesus Christ. You are welcome. You're all welcome. Please, I would like you to share this program, please. I want you all to help us share this program, please. Yeah, I am here this evening, to send this cry for help to everyone in the UK, to everybody, the relevant authorities, to help me, please. I need help, please. I want everyone to help me, please.
Okay. So you want help. You want people to help you, and I understand that. And we need to get a bit more detail. What kind of help are you looking for? What kind of? Let me just 1 second. Let me. I'm trying to find a way to phrase this so that it makes sense. Yeah. Give us a bit more detail. I know this is an urgent cry for help. What happened, or what is happening? What happened? What is happening?
Yeah. My daughter, my daughter has been taken against her will.
By who? Who?
By the Luton Council.
Oh no! Excuse me, please. I'd like to just, like I said, no names, please. No names.
Okay.
Don't put any names. We don't, because we don't, until we've got established facts and things. We don't. We're not in no names. We don't want to do any names. Just say a council. We're not interested in, So please. So a council has taken your child. That's what we do, because unless we have any fact, we cannot. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How old is your child? How old is your child?
16 years plus.
Okay, so she's at that age whereby she can be, well, they can decide for themselves in the eyes of those who are in the council. That's what they will probably say. But I don't know. I'm just surmising. So they took her. Now tell us, why did they take her?
They took her to an unknown destination.
Okay.
I'm not aware of. No, even there is no explanation, nothing. In February 2022, I got a call from a school. I got a call from a school, and I was informed that she took some paracetamol overdose.
Oh gosh! Oh gosh! That's worrying. That's really worrying.
Yeah, that she had suffered an overdose of paracetamol.
Really?
And the school called. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, and the school called the social services and police. They took. She was taken to the hospital, but I told the school that she never took anything. She never took overdose, because we were in the house together. I mean, I knew that she didn't take that. So on getting to the hospital.
1 second, please. Let's just go back. How was she that morning with you? Did you see anything different that morning?
Nothing at all.
Did you sense? Was she going that morning? Did she do her normal routines? I mean, you say she's 16. I presume she's still in school. So did she? Tell us what happened that morning. Did you give us a scenario of how the morning went on the day that they said that she took overdose? Give us a scene. How did it go?
Nothing happened. She only complained that she was bullied in school by some white guys, four of them.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And she's a girl, right?
Yeah, she's a girl.
Not she. The person is a female, a girl. So yeah. So So bullied by 5 guys. Now in on
Four white guys.
4 white guys. So 4 teenagers. Are they the same age or are they older or?
The same year 11 students.
Okay, the same year
Yeah.
11 students. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now just back up a second. Tell us that morning when you woke up that morning. What happened in the house? Start with yourself and with her, and then we can then join to when they said she took over to. So just do that. Let's see what happens. I mean, let's just hear what happened that morning. Go ahead.
Nothing happened, sir. Nothing
So
happened that morning.
let me give you an example of what I mean. So when I say that, I mean when you tell us this what happened that morning when you got up. So you got up, got dressed, got made breakfast, all of those things. Just tell us the routine that your normal routine at that morning up until the point you left the house, because that way sets a scene so you can get a picture of what was going on. So that's what we'd like to hear from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that morning she woke up, she prepared herself, and she left the house.
Okay, did you have breakfast together?
No.
Okay.
I was fasting.
Okay.
So she took some cereal and
Okay. Did you talk to her? Well, did you talk to her at all in the morning? Do you normally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, so what? I mean, for example, I'm just wondering, praying and all of that stuff. Is that something that you do together or something? Or I'm just trying to get a picture. That's all. Okay. But anyway, so next going forward, so now she goes to school. As far as you're concerned.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Then the school called me. Then I had a call from the school that she took that she had suffered an overdose of paracetamol, and the school called the social services and police.
Okay.
So yeah, so later they came to the house. They took her away to the hospital. I went with them to the hospital. So the doctors, when I got to the hospital, I told the doctors on duty that she never took any overdose. I explained because the doctors called me and they were asking me questions, and I told them the truth that all this thing that she didn't do that at all.
Okay.
And they said okay. So the doctors ran some tests on her, and there was no evidence of overdose in all the results.
Okay, now just go back. That's very, very important information. Do you have any documented evidence of what you just said now, so that?
Yeah, the doctor said that because I asked them for the letter or something result, and they said they said they were going to send it to the GP.
Okay.
That was what they said. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, just before, as we started talking, you mentioned about the fact that 4 boys bullied her in school. Was that reported to the school?
Yeah, I called the school more than 10 times. Okay. I called them, I spoke to the lady, the teacher, to help us speak to the children to leave her alone. Because I asked my child that what did they say? What did those guys, what did they say to her? And my daughter said they told her that she's speaking American English. So and I said okay. Well, then what did you tell them? She said she said she didn't answer them at all, but that they call her names.
So what kind of names? What kind of names are they calling her?
Like black girl, you speak American English, things like that. So when I called the school, I spoke to this lady, a teacher, a female teacher, and she said that somebody was going to call me back. So she said somebody was going to call me back, that they would try to resolve everything.
Did they call you back?
Up till now, nobody called. They didn't call me back.
Did they hand you any report? Did the school hand you a report, and I said a report based on the complaints your daughter made in terms of people bullying her?
I don't know. They said they were going to talk to those boys that everything will be resolved. That somebody will.
They didn't call any meeting between you and sort of to school to hear and hear your concerns. They didn't give you any report. Nothing.
They refused to. I told them that I would like to come to the school to see them. They said they will call me back, and nobody's called
you. So how long ago was this?
That was in January 2022.
Okay, and when was she taken?
Sorry.
When so January 2022, when did the incident of the so-called overdose that they claim, when did that happen?
February 2022.
Right. Okay. So the reason I'm asking that, I'm no expert and I'm just trying to understand. So your daughter has complained of being bullied by four teenagers of her same age in school, different color, obviously white, and she's African, and that's not been dealt with. So it seems to me there are questions that need to be asked today. I'm no expert, but I would think that one is not existing without the other. For them to claim anything, if anything, why the question is, why hasn't the case of the bullying been dealt with in the school, and why isn't there a record? There should be a record, there should be a record of this. They should have kept a record of this. Did you keep records of the dates that this was happening to her in school? Because that would help as
Yes.
well. Okay, good.
Yes.
So that is a good thing that we'll come back. We'll come back to that later on. We'll come back to those days later on. But what I
Okay.
wanted to do is to just be so that we are clear in our mind that the school saying to you that she overdosed, they are focusing on overdosing. We don't know the claims. We don't know whether it's true or not. You saying the doctor, you just said the doctor said there was
Yeah,
nothing found in her.
yeah,
But
the doctors confirmed it, and it was
exactly.
I have got the evidences of everything
Good.
anyway.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the
So
doctor
when
said there was no single traces of overdose in all the results, according
okay.
to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm stating that I'm trying to is to try and make sure that there is a clear understanding that there is something in when there's case of bullying, and especially where there's races involved, there should always be a record of this by the school. So at least there should be a track record. They can keep track of what's been happening, and for them to ignore that and just focus on overdosing and then trying to come to the house and everything else, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, so now you are obviously. Did you go to the GP? What did you do after that? Don't let me direct you too much. Did you go to the GP, or what did you do? In terms of when you were told this, when they mentioned this, the fact that she overdosed as they claim, what did you do? Did you go to the GP, or what did you do yourself?
They didn't even allow. I didn't go to the GP. They called me the following week. They planned everything. They called the social
So
services, called the police, everything. This thing has been planned before, even before they called me.
Okay, now
There is a conspiracy
okay,
somewhere, I think, because
okay,
they called me now, and after a few days, the police came to the house, to rough handle me.
okay.
I was rough handled.
Really?
I was
Did
sent
you?
out of my daughter's bedroom.
Wow.
A
Okay.
lot happened.
So now, so they didn't. So did you get? So you went to hospital with your daughter, but they won't let her come home with you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I went to we went to the hospital together. I think when she was discharged about 3 weeks after. And then we both came home. We came home. We both came home on the 28th of February together.
Okay.
So when we got home, when we got home on that day, on the 28th of February, when we got back home, they said a social worker will be coming to visit us by 5:36 p.m.
Okay.
So I think I think around 5 o'clock, the police and ambulance came back and picked her again.
Okay. Now the social worker.
The same day.
Quick question: is the social worker aware of the bullying that's been done to your daughter in school?
I told her everything. I explained everything to her.
So the social worker knows because the social worker should also be looking out for the welfare of your daughter in school. There's a question as to why even there's a social worker involved in your situation. But again, we'll go to that one. The water leakage and all of that. It's because it's a council thing, so we will come back to that later on. But what I'm trying to get the people to understand now is that you clearly you've been asking, you're taking care of your child, but there are
Yeah,
accusations, there are claims
very,
being
very
made,
well.
and also please tell us what is your relationship what's the relationship between you and your child? What what your daughter, your teenage daughter, what's your relationship like? Tell us about that.
A good relationship. Well, a good relationship.
Okay. um Now, um now we
My child and I,
mhm.
my child and I enjoy a wonderful and happy relationship.
Okay,
So I don't know where
got this.
they got that idea from.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know.
would you say that you guys are close? I mean, she's able to talk to you about things. um
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, um obviously, forgive me if I'm just trying to just make sure we open and and fair, and allowing people to get a picture. Now, we have our African way of doing things to a certain extent, but of course, influenced by the culture that we have here. Would you say you're able? She can come to you with any question and concerns that she may have, such as, for example, I mean, from what you're saying, did when this bullying came, how did you get to find out about the bullying? For example, did she tell you herself or found out from somebody else?
No, she called me and said that she doesn't want to go to that school again.
Ah,
She said
okay,
that she won't go to school the next day. So I
okay,
now
and
asked
that's
her
why.
why. So yeah, so she
Okay.
now explained everything to me.
So, but when she said that, so what happened? Did you when she said she wouldn't go to school? Did you mention this to the school?
Yes, yes. More than 10 times we called the school,
And to
I asked her if maybe if I can change her school,
mhm.
but because she's in her final year, she's
Okay,
in her final year. So we
we
now
thought you would
decided
try
that we concluded that she should just wait and finish up the exams and
exams
everything,
and to
the
okay
May
because
June
of
exams.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you. But now, before that, now they've now, because she's 16, they've now this has now happened. Okay.
They called her in a place in the hospital. They put her in a separate room in the hospital. They brainwashed her. They told her that they have a good house for her, that they would take good care of her, that she should ask me for her bank card, she should ask me for her ID card, that she should collect her passport from me, that
Wow.
they will put her in a very good place. So when I got to the hospital that evening, she called me and she was explaining things to me that this is what they told her. I didn't even know
Wow.
that they've given her a form to sign, a section 20 form to sign. I don't know.
Wow.
And they
Now,
put
a
a
section
medicine
20
in the
form.
water for her to drink.
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
they put
Now, I
that
mean,
medicine, they take it in water for her to drink.
my goodness. These are quite serious allegations. I mean, and things that they're doing here. I wonder, do you have a, so your daughter told you that she actually told you herself that this is what they said to her while she was in hospital in a room on her own?
Yeah, when I got to the hospital, I saw her inside that room. I went there to peep. I wanted to do some video there,
Hmm.
but I couldn't do the video because the door was locked. So I
Okay.
could only peep. And I saw her with Fan.
Why
There's
are
this
they
lady called
so
Fan.
so why are they keeping you? Why should they, I mean, they have no right to keep you away from your daughter, you
That,
know?
that, that, that's what we are
That's
saying. That's what we are
okay.
saying.
Okay,
This
I
girl
mean,
is a virgin, she's a virgin. I wouldn't want anybody to disvirgin the girl,
no.
because
No,
I
I
know my child, you know.
and I mean, and the council should obviously I mean, there are questions that one needs to ask here. So, and it's very, very strange, why, you know why do you think all this is happening? Why do you think all this is happening?
Yeah, because there is this maintenance man that said to me
Please don't mention
that,
name, don't mention the name, just
yeah,
keep
okay, no,
talking.
yeah, I won't mention his name.
Mm.
There is this maintenance man that told me that because I reported the leaks in the
Oh, the leak.
accommodation.
So let me just run through those who are coming back again. Let me just quickly show you the leak that we showed earlier on. If I can show that leak, where is it? So I'm quickly just going to show you a leak as she's talking about that, so we can actually get a clear idea of what things are. This is the leak that we saw earlier on. Okay. Okay. So we'll do here, share, and then here. Okay, so now we're gonna play the leak. So this is the leak that
I
was it.
just need to
Yeah,
look at everywhere is soaked with water.
that's what she
Water
was
is
talking
coming
about.
out from the floor. Water is coming out from the floor, and there is water again coming from the wall. Water is coming out from the wall. All our things, the water destroyed all this.
Okay. Now, so I'm so sorry to hear this. So anyway, I'll stop that there. So that's what you are talking about now. When you're talking about the work and everything else, um, we are now looking into the so it seems as though there's some sort of council interference, or somebody's in the council making things difficult. And why? So tell us about that. Too. Tell us about the leak. Tell us about that.
I wanted to show them the first leak, the first one.
Okay, the one that's
That
leaking. Let me
yeah,
see if I
the
can
first
find that.
one, yeah.
Okay, okay, but whilst I'm looking for that, you tell us about the leak yourself. Then we can then get the pictures to back it up. Go on, if you don't mind. Let me.
I only reported the leaks, to them so that they can come to repair so that they can bring their maintenance man to repair the accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
So, the maintenance man came, and I was threatened by him. He said, I'm going to regret coming to the United Kingdom in every area for
Wow.
reporting the leaks to the authority, that
So
I want to take his job away from him.
so he didn't want you to report the leak. That is what is really going on now. So
Yes.
it seems to me, but I mean, his job is to fix the leaks, not to hide the leaks. That, I mean,
Yeah.
if I understand that correctly, so his job is surely to refix. Let me show you. I'm going to show you another picture. I posted this on, I think, on Citizen AY a few days ago, but I'm going to show it again. There's another set of leaks that you will see come up in a minute, surely. So let me just mute that 1 second, and we'll bring that up now so you can see it yourself. 1 second. It's okay. So I'm going to play this now. So you will see. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just make sure. This is just to paint it so you can get a clear understanding. We obviously are trying to be as fair as possible and not to make any, accusations or anything without any evidence or anything. But what we're saying is trying to show you, the public, what is going on. Now, this is where, tell us, this was a place that you were staying in. Is that correct? Yeah?
Before,
Yes,
yeah.
before. Okay, now, so this is the entrance. This is the leak in the place. Now, I'm going to play the video. So then we
Yeah,
can
the
talk about
water,
it
the
afterwards.
water entered the sitting room and
Wow.
destroyed the rug in the sitting room, and some other things,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Then the Sky box was broken, so we
Okay.
had to call Sky
Oh,
to
wow.
bring
To
a
get a
box
work.
for us, and we were charged.
Okay. And this is something that should have been paid for by those who failed to fix it. Now, okay, let's
And
listen.
the maintenance guy said, why did I tell them about the leaks, that I'm going to regret coming to the UK in every area
Wow.
and telling them about these leaks, that
Wow.
that I'm going to regret, that I
Wow.
want him out of his job, that I want him to
No,
I want him, I
this
want
is
to
not.
take his job away from him.
But he's not doing his job, because his job is to fix leaks. If he's not fixing the leaks, he's not doing his job. Now, okay, let's listen to the split now. So, so that is the leak in the front of the house, right into the house as well. There's some plugs on the side I can see there. There's some cable on the side that is obviously being impacted. Let's just make it bigger. In fact, 1 second, please. Let me go back to the beginning. I want to go back to the beginning. So now here you can see this leak. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can see what I'm seeing. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible what we're seeing here. It's shocking. This is not fit for human habitation, to be honest. So, and you see there's leaks on the on the side there that is showing us on the, so, and on the floor you can hear the leak. You can hear the leak. Literally, it's dripping down. It's literally dripping. Yeah. So now Bashiru, it may be, but I don't want to. We just want to just place the evidence, and people can decide. Because later on, I presume that we'll probably be bringing her. She'll probably come back again, and at that point, we will probably have more discussions, and we might be doing a live interview with her face. But for now, we just want to make sure that we protect, above all, her daughter. In all of this. Now, have you been able to see your daughter since all of this has been happening?
No.
You haven't?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And what reasons have they given for you not being able to not being allowed to see your daughter? What reasons have they given? Sorry, so I'm so sorry about this. I am terribly sorry. Guys, let's just wait for a second, please. Listen, tell me if you want us to stop this broadcast, this interview this broadcast at any point. Just say the word, and we will do that and come back, because I don't want, it is really not fair on you what is going on. And I am. By the way, have you been to the doctor to explain this to them as well?
No.
So I mean, you need to talk to somebody. You need to be talking to the hospital, and to the doctors, to at least they know about the fact that they've taken your child away, and you don't know where. Let me see. I mean, it is all very, very strange.
Yeah, but I have yes, I am. I think I spoke to the council. I went to the council and I met some people there. I spoke to them. I discussed everything with them, and they said they said they don't want the child to come back home. That They want to keep her. So I now asked them why. Why do they want to keep the child out? Because I wanted them to tell me reasons. Their reasons, and but they could. There was no good reasons at all. They were just
Okay. I will do, Bashir. I'll do that. I'll do that, Bashir. I'll be doing that. Yes, thank you. I'll be doing that. I will too. I wanted to just first bring her on here first and see what happens. Now, thank you very much, Bashir. Yes, and that's the next plan, to be honest. But I will do that. Now,
the council just want to. The council, they are trying to destroy my child's future.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Now
they're just trying to destroy our future, to destroy our plans, because now they don't want her to sit for our final year exams. Yeah, the May June exams.
Wow. Wow, that's horrifying. Now,
and she's a very, very brilliant child.
So she's very bright. She's gifted.
A prefect in her former school. Yeah.
My goodness me.
I'm very brilliant child.
Okay. Now, what's this stuff? They're saying that it's really strange. Why? Did they? I think you mentioned something about the fact that food in the house and all that. You had food at home and everything else, but there were some questions and things that was being put to you. I can't recall how you quite put it. Something about if you were having food in the home or something like that. But I mean, from the discussion we had back end, I remember you saying that they were trying to ask if you had food at home, but from the discussions we had earlier on, having breakfast in the house suggests to me that your home is always, your house that always make sure there's food for the family. So I'm concerned. I'm rather surprised that they would ask that question. Yeah. But anyway, that's my thinking. What do you have to say on that?
Ever since my child told our teachers, about our future career, about our plans, about this interpremium something or so, things seems to have gone completely.
What is interpremium? What is interpremium?
I don't know what my child told them about this plans, interpremium.
Was it a scholarship? Is it a kind of like a scholarship thing that you're talking about now?
Yes, I think after our exams and things like that, so I
Okay.
started getting calls from the school.
Uh-huh.
I started getting calls from the school asking me silly questions. Asking me silly questions like, do we have food in the house? Do we have food in the house? That when do we want to that do we want to relocate to another place? Do we want to move from the house to another house or something? I told them that
Okay.
I have I have all African food in my house,
Okay.
all sort of African. I told them I don't need any
Any
food.
extra food?
So
Okay.
when my child got back home, I asked her that your teacher called me more than 3 times asking me if they can send some food to me or something. Then my child said to me that she even told them that if they give her any food to bring home, that I won't collect it from her, that she can't take anything. She said she told them like that. So after this thing in January, after all these silly questions and things like this, they just came up with paracetamol overdose
Okay.
in
Now,
February. They came up because all this food thing
yeah.
happened in January.
Of course. Now, I'm so sorry this is happening, and we're trying to. I'm really sorry, Kwele. Please just try and I know it's not easy. If you do want us to stop, of course we will, and I know, and but we
I
needed to
just
try and
want people to help me. I
yes,
just want them
I
to help
know,
me share this thing. Let
I
them
know.
share this program, this broadcast.
They should do. Please
I
do
want it
share.
to get
Yeah,
to the relevant authorities,
yeah.
please. I
Now,
want them to help me
now,
get my child. She's a virgin, she's a
exactly.
virgin, and she's a very good girl.
Yeah,
She's a very good girl, and
yeah.
she's a very, very intelligent child.
And
I don't
give
know
is
why
she
I don't know what they want me to do now. You
okay?
know.
I'm sorry about this. Now one thing before I wanted to ask. So has the council listened to you and given you a letter stating why they took your daughter? Have they written a letter to you?
No letter from the council, no court order from them. My solicitor tried to write to them. Contact My solicitor contacted the council. The lady said there was no reply from them, that they didn't reply her. No court order, nothing. They just, because this child, they've seen a future already, I know. So they just took this child away just like that without any court order, no letter, no single letter, nothing.
Wow.
They said if she come back home, that her enemy will die. So I now asked the lady that, why are they saying that her enemy will that something bad will happen to her if she? I don't even understand. It's just like as if I'm dreaming.
I understand. Do you think she's been influenced somewhat? Have they? I mean, do you think they have really somehow
she's been brainwashed. Yeah,
Okay.
they
All right.
brainwashed her.
Okay. I mean,
They introduced some white guys to her in school. I
okay.
don't know, and this girl
But
refused to talk to them. They bullied her because she neglected them. She doesn't like to mix
so
up with them.
so
All
they
these things started from school.
have they so the bullying, but they still have not dealt with the each case of the each bullying. As have
No,
they,
they didn't call me up till now. They have not called me up till now.
okay, okay. Now, I mean, all I can say in all of this right now is I'm hoping that those who are hearing will be able to at least make an informed decision. I mean, here spread the case about this. I'm really sorry. I mean, the council should really, from what I understand with council, they will normally issue a letter, at least to let you know what is going on and why they're taking the decision. And also, I mean, there will be medical reports or something to back up what you're saying. And also the issue of the bullying. The bullying is, I think, is bordering on racism. Now, I am no expert, but if a child is being bullied in school, that would normally affect their ability to perform to their highest level. That is a priority for any school. So I would hope that, I would think that the school should be one of the things that we need to, you perhaps may want to get in touch with and say, look, I want to report why I need the case of my child being bullied looked into, and I want to report back from the school. Now, obviously, the schools, they don't like anything to do with bullying because they're afraid of it going to reputation and all of that stuff. So, but I think it's perhaps you might need some help in that area, and to get so to get some answers from the school as to why they're refusing to deal with the bullying, and why it is now that they're focusing on the overdose. Well, of course, that's important, but it's not. It doesn't appear to have been substantiated. Whereas the bullying, if you do, you have dates and records and everything else. Let me see what else. I'm trying to see if I've got something here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So now, what would you hope that people can do for you right now? What's the best thing? What can people do for you to help you now in terms of
Yeah,
this situation?
yeah.
What?
I don't. Yeah, I just want my daughter back home.
Okay.
Where I just want my
Okay.
daughter back home where she belongs.
And you?
I want the sorry.
No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Then I'll ask a question. Go ahead. Go ahead. So you want your
Yeah,
daughter? You
yeah.
want your daughter back home?
I want sorry. What do you say?
You want your daughter back home?
Yes, yes, and I want the authorities. I want the authorities and any other person
Hmm.
of influence.
Now,
To
now, there's a letter. I'm sorry, but there's a letter that I have that you sent that talking about that the when you had another this leak, the council was supposed to have they admitted that they actually that your stuff was uh, um, destroyed. I think. Let me see. Thank you for the photograph or something. And then what was that about? Is that to do with a leak and insurance or
yeah,
tell us about
yes.
that? Tell us about that.
I wrote to them. So I sent some pictures to them. So and they said I'm still expecting their call. They said they were going to get back to me, but
Hmm.
I'm still waiting for their call.
Okay,
So, but
something
that they
about
but
returning you in due course or something like that. They'll reply you in due course, something like that, thereabouts.
yes.
Okay, now, so this it seems as though there's a multiple issues now. So is the housing is a place? Is the housing compared to the picture we saw before? Is the housing now a bit better? So is no more leaks at this point, or I'm just wondering. Can you
No, I moved out
move out
from
of
the
that
place
one?
already, and
Okay.
I rented a private place.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you moved from that place. Okay, now.
yeah, rented a
Okay, and
private.
then but that was when the council admitted that they will pay compensation. They would look into insurance issue and all of that to try and.
Yeah,
But they haven't come back to you on that. So
yes.
it does seem to be now. What there was something you mentioned about um the doctor. The school made some report or something, and they went and made a claim to your doctor. What did they say to your doctor? And what did your doctor tell you when you spoke to them about yourself? You
My doctor, my doctor said, they are worried about my child that hopefully she'll come back home or something. So
yeah, but before I mean about yourself now, they were talking about you. You said the doctor got a letter or something saying that they believe the council is saying about you had some mental issues, if I'm correct.
yeah, yeah. The doctor said the police officer wrote to them
Okay,
and told them that I have a mental illness or something. I don't know.
okay. So
So and
I
after the assessment, and they
mm,
said they can't see any evidence, so that I shouldn't worry at all. So I said, okay.
okay, okay. Right now, the what was the next question I wanted to ask now? There's something else I wanted to add to just add in there. The fact remains, I mean, one of the things that it's that we have to bear in mind in all of this also is that your child, she is a teenager now. So she is old enough to make decisions. But it's the coerciveness around that situation is perhaps what you want to if he makes a decision of her own will without any external influence, that's fine. But what it appears to be, I don't know, is from what you're telling me, it seems as though whatever decision she's making now is like she's being teleguided by others. And it's not her
Yeah,
own independent decision. That's what I
at
can
all.
that is what I'm no expert, I don't know. But what I would say is this, you know, um what I would say is that you want to I would suggest that you write to the council for them to give you explicit letters as to details as to why they believe that she's not she shouldn't be with you, and they should give you those reasons, and then you then take your letter from the doctor which now confirms saying that you're fine, to see if obviously that can, it will, it doesn't chime with what they're saying, because the doctor's report, your doctor saying that you're fine and there's nothing wrong. Now, obviously, there is still a lot more that one has to look into, but above all, one thing that we should say in all of this is,
No, sir.
Mhm.
According to the doctors, they told me that they've sent them a copy. That they've sent them a copy that the assessment, that there was no evidence
do
of
you have
anything.
can you ask for a copy of that for yourself, for your own records anyway? I would do that.
Yeah,
I would suggest that.
I can ask
I would
them.
just
Yeah,
suggest that you have that for your own records anyway, and because
yeah.
that way, so that
Okay.
when you go to the school, because one of the things, I mean, I don't know what the people, I'm seeing some comments on here. Unfortunately, I don't, my phone is not, oh no, it's not, the phone is on, but I wanted to see if anybody is having a question or anything they want to say. I mean, the question people are saying that the girl is old enough to tell them what she wants, though, and that's fine. Like I said, and that's a good point to raise. Amo Toke Mariam Shoderu Saka. Yes, she's of age, but it's the circumstances that one has to look at, and because she's 16, one has to be, she has that age. We don't want her to have unwanted, yeah. Exactly. So, what I would say is that certainly, we definitely want to know what's going on. Keep us informed of what's going on about regarding this case. Do the first thing I would suggest, and I think I said this to you personally myself. First thing I would suggest is you need a letter to the school. Write a letter to the school, date it, put the date that your daughter mentioned the bullying, and tell them why haven't they, and ask them why they have not looked into the case of the bullying that took place on those dates. And then you want to reply as to why is it that they've ignored that, and they're now talking about the so-called overdose. Because that case, if they haven't looked into it, are we sure that that case has not actually led to whatever they're suggesting at this point? So that's one thing I would say in terms of the school. I'm really sorry about this. I'm really, really sorry. But I do hope, this is a very difficult, delicate situation. Your child is of, if one thing, if she was 12 or something and they took her away, then it's much more, it's a different ball game. But now, because she's that age, the question now is the coercion. You need to look at, and we'll have to look at this in a way. I'm no expert, but if we have concern, and I'm going to try and put you through to somebody that I know of that may be of help in a way. They may be able to help a bit more. I will mention the name to you afterwards. It's someone that people know of, Pastor Okebero Osi, and he's a UK he's a UK man for Yoruba people, all things Yoruba. So hopefully he may be able to offer some more advice and things. But what we will say about this is, please do not give up. Please do not give up. Ekpele. I know you wanted us to bring this onto the show. That's why we brought it on, because we wanted to give you every opportunity to try and see whatever you can do to actually make sure you get your child back with you. I mean, she's no longer teenager, I should say, teenager. So,
But she's a virgin. I want her back.
I understand
She's
that.
a virgin. I want her
yes,
back.
of course, and that is what the best thing to do is those letters to the council, those letters to the school. The bullying in the school is very, and the fact that now you're saying that she may not be able to sit exams, because if they had the school looked into the bullying, you need to, have they looked into the bullying, they may not be necessary. All of this may not be happening because the school have not looked into the bullying. They said they will come back to you, and now, she's not sat her mock exams. So I would suggest that you write a letter to the school and detailing that the days that when she was bullying and ask why they have not come back to you and sat down and actually dealt with, and what have they done about what did they do about the bullying. So that's something that you have to write down, and then the council have to then explain to you why they took your child, your teenage daughter away from your house, with no clear evidence of you wrongdoing on your part, and the doctors are showing that you're mentally balanced and there's nothing wrong. So you need to write those 2 letters. But obviously, have you had meetings with the council since this?
Yes.
And what has the council said so far?
The social worker, the social worker lady assigned to my child, she's a very, very difficult, very difficult to deal with. You can't very uncooperative and unprofessional. She's not you can't get anything good from her. She doesn't. She's not I don't know. She's not helpful at all.
Okay.
She's not helpful at all.
I understand. What I would suggest to you is when we finish this call, please can you book an appointment with your doctor tomorrow?
She advised my child to postpone her upcoming GSC final exams.
What?
For no concrete reason. My child told me that. She told me over the phone that this is what they told you to postpone.
They told her to postpone her exams.
Her upcoming GSC. Is it GSSC or GSC final exams?
Wow.
Yeah, 11
by
exams.
A social worker.
The social worker lady, she's originally from Ghana.
Okay.
She's originally from Ghana.
Okay, let's not. Try not to. I mean, just at this point, let's not put anything out there too much, please. Just for now, what we're trying to do is to try and get as much information, and hopefully others may come with suggestions. I will I'm going to speak to somebody that I know and pass you on to them. Hopefully they can help, but we'll be monitoring this situation. I'm terribly sorry, and I know it's a difficult situation, but this is what I mean. We in our community, we need to really rally around ourselves and help each other as far as is possible, and point people if need to in the right direction to get the help that we need. I think we are not doing a good job as a community generally, all of us, in looking out for each other to prevent things, because perhaps if we had a stronger community network, maybe all of these things that was happening to you would have been something that would have been people could highlight. And then one of the things you mentioned about, you sort of talked about 16-year-olds. What has happened to 16-year-olds in your area that you know of, that you've heard about? Just tell me that again. I am, because that's a bit of a concern when you mentioned it.
Sorry, when I mentioned what? Sorry.
You talked about 16-year-old girls. I mean, when they get to that age, that some girls, something has happened or something. You mentioned 3 or 4 cases, and I'm just trying to, and that is why you are concerned. You're concerned. You're concerned about.
I mean, I met a Ghanaian lady in the hospital there, and the lady said to me that that the social worker took her senior sister's child away, a 16-year-old child away, and the Nigerian guy pregnated her, the Nigerian guy pregnated the 16-year-old girl, and the lady said the guy is in prison now. That is the elder sister that's been taking care of the daughter and the child,
So you don't want that to happen, obviously.
Want to do to my child, this my child, now she's with people she doesn't know. She's still a child to me. She's a 16-year-old girl. She's still a child to me.
How long has she been?
She has never been away from me before. She has never been away from me before. That's the truth.
How long has she been away? How long have you been apart now from her now?
Since February.
Oh,
I don't want them to give this girl a boyfriend or introduce a guy to eventually. I don't want her. I train this child, well, I don't want her to. I don't want them to disvirgin her now. That's what I mean. I don't know. I need somebody to help me. I want them to share this. Let them share this thing to help me. I don't want them to disvirgin.
So you're all hearing her. And I'm equally.
I don't want them to disvirgin this girl now. No. She's a child. She's a very good girl. She's a very good girl.
I really understand your concern, because she said, and you said she's
a very brilliant child.
And
she was a prefect in other school, in the previous school. Sorry. Sorry, she was a prefect there. The school refused to release her results. They didn't release her results. We asked the school for her results. They refused to release her results. Even up till now, that as I'm talking to you,
They
they didn't give her the result.
Why are not? But it's her right. It's her job. It's a right. It's a right to have the results released. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I think I will be bringing this broadcast to an end now because I want to give her time, and we will be watching this. I'm going to I will be talking to her, and I'm going to pass her on to Pastor Okebionosi. Talk to him and then get an established so we can get something done to her. But please, anybody, if you're a legal expert, get in touch with Citizen AY. Is there anything we can do? I am no expert in this field. All I am doing is providing a platform so that we're concerned, and we need to do this in our community. We have to help ourselves. We have to help pull together within our community and help, each other, because this lady clearly needs help to get her daughter back, in her life. It's having a great impact on her because is that your only child that you have in this country?
Yes, that's my only child. That's my only child.
So I can understand.
I'm now a shadow of myself.
No, I
I'm now a
understand.
shadow of myself. I can't function properly.
Fine.
I left work. I left my job in February because of all this problem. I can't work. I can't sleep. I can't do anything. This child is a very good child. She helps me a lot in the house. She helps me a lot in there. She called me this morning. Actually, she called me this morning, and I recorded everything.
What did she say?
I recorded everything.
Okay. Don't play it just yet, but just try
I recorded everything.
Okay, just try. Just what I would suggest right now is to keep the lines of talking with her. Just keep talking to her for now. But we are asking. I'm going to put you through to Pastor Okebionosi and see maybe they might know one or two other people that might be able to help. But please do not give up hope. But you need to write. The school must write to you and explain why they have failed to investigate the bullying that your child came home to tell you, because the school should have picked that up. In the school environment, the school should be the ones who would have picked up the bullying and actually said, oh, they would have told you to come in. I'm sorry, your daughter experienced bullying. We've dealt with it. This is the people involved, and made her feel comfortable, not to tell you, oh no, we're looking at you and not come back to you. So that already is a problem right there. And of course, the council need to explain why they've taken an action and they've not given you a letter to notify you of that action before that action was taken. So, like I said, I am really, really sorry about this happening. We do hope, we want you to come back. Hopefully we'll have a bit of good news. But what I want to do is to make sure that we're with you. And in our community, we mustn't leave each other alone to just suffer. We need to pull together. This had it been that we had a functioning nation, that's why we're going for Yoruba nation. This sort of thing would be you would be in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, living a very, very stable life without any of this stuff. So I urge us all. This is a call out to all of us as Yorubas around the world in diaspora. We need to build a community spirit. Don't just leave it to each other and go, oh, it's up to, there's nothing, I'm fine. We need to help each other, especially when we're far away, and hopefully, support each other through difficult times. I'm no expert in this field, but I just felt it's something we should hear, and hopefully she'll come back with some good news about this. But I will be passing her number to Professor Okebionosi. I'll talk to him. They will exchange numbers, and also, please, if you get this broadcast, do share it. We cannot give her name or the daughter's name, or all of those things, because it's a delicate thing, and she's still in the process of trying to get the child back. So just before we go, I'm so sorry about this. Have they given the council have not to date? Have the council written anything to you about what is going on?
Not even a single letter. not even a single. The
That is
solicitor
really,
contacted
really
them,
odd.
and the lady said that that there was no even reply from them.
Okay. Now, when
There
is
was no reply from them.
when is the
So
next when is the next meeting that is scheduled with the council? Do you know?
no, I don't know yet. But my child told me this morning that she told them that she would like to sit for her exams.
Okay.
That she wants to sit for the
Oh,
GSS
somebody's
exam.
calling in. Oh, hang on. Let me just see if I
Oh,
can. Let me just see. But okay, you go on. I'll call them back. You go on. So she wants to see for an exam. Go ahead.
yeah, that she told them already about that she needs to sit. And
Sit her
she even told
exams.
me that she wants to come back home. I recorded everything today. She
Okay.
called me twice today
Okay.
that they want
Good.
to take her to a place in Luton. I don't know where they are
No,
taking
where?
this
Where?
girl to.
So this no, they mustn't take her to it. No, this is the thing. So
I don't know where they are.
the council must they have to explain to you why they're taking her away. You need a letter
I
from
don't
them,
know where
and we
that
need
she should
to
pack all her things. She should put all her things in a big bag. That she should put them in a very big bag. They want to take her somewhere. They want to
no,
do
but
this.
they,
They
but
want to do that
she's a
to a
teenage. No,
to a child. The child that
that's not good. That's not good at
this girl
all.
doesn't sleep
No,
out. She doesn't sleep out. That's the
no,
truth.
no.
I don't know what they want to do to this child. That just to destroy her future. Because she told them all her plans already. She told the teacher. This teacher is very wicked. A very wicked teacher. And I told my child, I said, kí ló dé tó ṣe lọ sọ fún wọn gbogbo plans ẹ? Kí ló dé tó lọ ro gbogbo you want to become and this thing, you want to do this, you are the one leading in class. You are leading in class. And this Yoruba
So
teacher
she's very,
told me
very
over the
bright.
phone that my child is leading in class, that she's very brilliant in clinics. You told them everything now. Now you can't do your exams. They took you away. Hey, what is going on now? I need somebody now to help me. That's the problem now. Want
Okay.
somebody to help us now.
Now and you, please just one more thing. The
I don't know what to
lawyers,
do.
the lawyers now. What have the lawyers told you about the case so far? I mean, you put some lawyers on the case. What happened with the lawyers?
The solicitor lady said the council didn't reply them, that I should find another, I should go in public, that let the world know about it, that they are tired, that they've been waiting for their reply, no reply from them.
From the council. Oh man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to keep her on the phone. I don't want to keep this lady on the phone. She's very distressed. I thank you all for listening. Please share this broadcast. And it's in English. I mean, we're doing it in English because
I don't know what. They just to destroy our future.
No, we have to do everything we can. I'm gonna put your name through to somebody. I'll try and hopefully get somebody to contact. If we have any expert lawyers in the house who will look at this kind of case, please get in touch. +44 7399 580 606. My number. Leave a text and get in touch. Look at the. We need to look at this, and we need to. There's a lot more to this case, obviously. But please, we need to help each other, and this is where we are coming. Now. But only because of what she's going through. I'm going to have to let you go now, ma. We will talk to you later on. I'm going to call you back end. Thank you very much for telling us this sad story, but I'm hoping that there will be some good news coming out of it, that you're reconnecting with your child.
Amen.
So we will work towards that, and please stay strong. We are with you. And many of people have written now that I feel so sorry. A lady just wrote now, this is very sad and painful. As a mother, I feel your pain, sis. So that's what a lady wrote. So people are with you. Oh God, so pathetic. Amen. Somebody else. So people are with you. This is so sad. So a lot of people are with you. I feel sorry for you, mother. This is another person. So there's a lot of support for you out there. What I will say to you is, just make sure that everything that is being said is as it is, and you are being as open and honest as possible, because that honesty
I have a lot of evidences.
That's why
I have a lot of evidences. In 2020,
yes.
In 2020, when we moved into this area, in 2020 August, when we moved into this area, we moved in August, and then some people called me from the Council in September and October. I don't know how they got my number. I don't know how they got my email address. I have all these evidences. They called me and they said that they are suspecting that I have a mental illness, that they need that child from me. And I said to them that, but I'm new in this area. What's happening? I'm new here. What's the problem? They said, no, that they want to see me. They called me, a lot is, in the previous accommodation, the maintenance man said to me face to face that you are going to regret coming to the UK for reporting these leaks, that you are going to regret in every area. And like this guy said it more than five times. And
so it stands to reason. Yeah, it stands to reason that you may be right. I mean, we've shown the video of the leaks. So we won't give up, we won't relent. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We will be back. We will come back hopefully with some more updates on what is going on with this case. We're going to follow it closely, but only for purposes, because we cannot reveal the name or anything like that. We're going to try and hopefully get this resolved and hopefully get some good news. We need to make sure these are the reasons why we're going for Yoruba Nation. If we were all living in Yoruba Nation, none of this we would not be in facing this kind of thing. We will be able to build our own community. Exactly. So, but please, I'm very, very, very sorry that you're going through this, and I'm hoping that we get some good news at the end of this. But I want to thank you all. I'm not going to play anything this evening. I just want to let us stay with this case that is now. We will bring it to an end here, and I will share this again on Citizen AY on Oduduwa TV Radio on YouTube. There's been some sort of problem with the network for some reason. I don't know what it is. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being on the side with this lady here and her child. And we hope that they are reunited. We hope above all that they are reunited. From what she said and from what I've seen behind the scenes, there is no reason why they should not be reunited. There is no evidence of her ill-treating the child from what I have seen and from the evidence that is behind the scenes, but only because of anonymity purposes, we cannot explain and reveal everything. But what we hope is that they are reunited. And like I said, the doctors need to be involved. The council, the school must be able to give account as to why they have not investigated the bullying. The council must explain why they taking an action to remove a child without notifying the mom. The doctors need to provide the support, the letter backing the fact that the mom is perfectly mentally fine, and then they need to investigate the issue of the claims, the man making the claims that she's going to make her life a hell in this country. These are things that cannot be ignored. So we are bringing this to your attention to hope that we air it and others will share this broadcast and make it reach as many people as possible. There is a lot more there's a lot of evidence that we have, but it has to be done in a proper managed way, and we are responsible on this platform.
Have a lot of evidence,
and we have to do it in the right way, in the right stage. So we will bring it back again, but hopefully with more updates. And you've heard now the daughter is actually keen to speak to mom. She wants to come home from what her mom has just said now, and they're in touch. So we are encouraging you, continue that, keep that line of communication going with you and her, and then whilst we're trying to then reestablish so that you guys can carry on with your lives, and she can be in a safe environment with yourself. So I'm hoping that this this is not the end. We will talk some more, but I want to thank each and everybody watching with us. These are reasons why we want to go for Yoruba Nation, to be honest, because our social structures has collapsed. And in the Yoruba Nation, we will have viable, functioning social structures. This is not just here in the UK. In back home, it's even worse. So we need to do a lot of things, but only for time purposes. I want to thank my guests for coming, even though, and I feel the pain that you're going through. And many of our guests our listeners have been following and feeling your pain, and they are with you. And we hope that we get good news that you and your daughter are reunited. So, and we will try and assist you in doing all we can for you to be reconnected and live and have this pain of yours eased, so that you and your child can get through this difficult time and reunite. But what is left for me to say is to say thank you very much. A lot of the program today has been done in English because we want those who are in authority to hear what we're saying. We're not trying to sort of castigate anybody, but we're trying to be balanced and fair in what we're saying, and reveal as much as we can without making naming people, and if the names are there, we're stating clearly that we can't mention that because we don't have them here to speak for themselves. So we are trying to be balanced and fair at all points, at all times, as to what we're saying, what can be said, and what can be said. But what we do know is that from what we can see, this lady here, there is no reason why that this lady should not be reunited with her child, because even though she's over 16, the child should be allowed to make that decision on her own without anybody influencing her to put her stuff in a bag and go somewhere that she doesn't know. That is very, 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 very wrong. So these are the things that we are trying to bring your attention. But I want to thank you all for listening. We are not going to play anything tonight. We're not going to sing the national anthem now because I want to. It's just the mood is just the right way for that. I sense that tonight, and thank you so much. Thanks for watching. We'll be back later on. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, and in conjunction with Oduduwa TV Radio. I thank you all. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. We'll replay this again in due course on Oduduwa TV Radio, YouTube, and on Citizen AY on YouTube also. Thank you so much for watching. Please do share this podcast, and we'll give you further updates as and when we get it. We do hope that the mom and the daughter are reunited and that they can be able to move on and be able to live a life that is, suited. So yeah.
Amen.
So
Amen.
somebody just said here, you will get back your daughter safe and sound, madam, by grace of God. So you see, people like with your Michael Jackson, fella, Nicolapo, let me just say that. So they're all mentioning, So hopefully, let's just we are with you. So I thank you very much. Thank you for coming on board, and I thank all the guests for listening. For now, we'll bring this broadcast to an end. I think it's a bit in the mood. It's best we do that in this simple manner now. Thank you so much. So I'll be stopping the broadcast right now. I'll be in touch later on. Watch out for we will stream it on YouTube and on Facebook, on YouTube, on Citizen AY and on the Oduduwa TV Radio shortly. Thank you and goodbye.